welcome back to Crave. Buongiorno a tutti. We are at our 12th episode of Crave. Crave is more than a podcast. Crave is a community where every voice matters. At Crave, we reconnect with our roots and celebrate the unique gift and passion that make each person extraordinary. This season, we are diving into Italian culture, Italian-American lifestyle, and of course, 49ers football. Join me in studio. I have Alex Lopez. Buongiorno, Alex.
Good morning.
Buongiorno. And today we are thrilled to welcome an incredible guest, Francesca Fanti, who brings inspiring story to share. Let's dive in.
So how are you doing this morning, Samantha?
I'm good. It was very busy weekend for me because also it was my partner birthday. So again, we did a lot of different things.
Yes.
But it was nice. We just kind of, I was kind of tired actually after a couple days of,
Birthday celebration.
celebration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have to say this because we almost ended up going to the 49er game this weekend all together.
All together.
And honestly, it was kind of a blessing in disguise that we didn't end up going.
Yeah, because actually Alex, my partner, that's what he said. What if, they're going to lose? I'm going to be so sad on my birthday. Can we do something else?
One day we will go to a game.
Yeah.
But hopefully when the Niners are back to being...
To be normal, because they kind of not doing very well right now. Something going on with them.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that a little later, but for sure. But I'm glad that Alex had a really good birthday weekend.
Yes, it was very good. We loved it, yeah.
But I know what you mean about, how exhausting it is. It's so great. It's so fun, but also it takes a lot of energy out of you because you're, doing all these things. You want to make sure everything's, perfect, and the birthday dinners, and,
exactly. The
get
activity,
the presents. All that.
Yeah.
But, again, I'm very glad.
And then I made a homemade lasagna for him, which I didn't post, but I made homemade lasagna from scratch. Everything.
Oh my god!
So that was on Sunday night. So it was busy.
That sounds really good. I'm hungry. Yeah. I'm hungry this morning.
I was looked through my book and I found a perfect quote.
Okay.
Today that I have to share with you because I thought about you actually. It's a quote from Rumi. Say, "Love is a bridge between you and everything."
Okay, I won't get too deep into this because while it is happening to me, there's another person involved, and I'm not that type of person where I'm gonna egg out all of this. So the one thing I will say is that I've been going through this for 2 years, this situation for 2 years, and it was recently that I basically got what I needed this person to tell me,
and also to challenge you.
Yeah,
he really challenged you actually.
But I got that kind of clarification that I needed. I knew, right? You feel it, but this person finally told me what I've been needing to hear.
Right.
And I know that they didn't want to, but they did. And so I'm just trying to kind of navigate through it and take it a day at a time because that's all I can do. I know that I'm going to find that person. Ooh, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry.
I told you are going to find that person. Yes.
I know I will, and it won't be so difficult.
No, because you
oh
close
my
the
gosh,
door.
oh my gosh, you guys! I can't tell you how difficult this has been for me. But I'm very much looking forward to the next chapter.
Also, because you close one door, now you are, you're available for somebody else. Because sometimes I know it seems like not true, but it's true actually. When we think too much, we invest too much in somebody else, we are not available for the person that maybe is there waiting for us, right? So I think that's very, very important that you close finally one chapter and then you begin a new one.
Yes. And also, it's just.
And I have a gift, a present for you.
You have a present for me?
Soon we are going to have a love coach coming.
I have to say, we had a love coach on when we did live radio.
Yeah.
One of our seasons. And it was one of my most favorite episodes. Because ironically, I was going through something very similar with the same exact person.
I want to cry too now. So.
No, honestly, I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for my best friend Maya. I'm so thankful for my sister-in-law Maggie, because you three are the ones that I have kind of leaned on and gotten that support over for these past 2 years of what I've been going through. And I really don't think I would have been able to get to this point without you three. But I'm very much the type of person where all three of you are so great and so kind when you tell me, Alex, I don't know how he's acting. I don't know. And I'm very much, okay, let me shoot myself in the foot and see if that does anything. I have to go through it. I really do. And even though so many people tell me, like, you know, you can avoid the pain, you can avoid it, I have to go through it. That's just who I am.
But sometimes you have to go through,
you
know, and Maya, Maggie, and myself, we want the best for you. We love you so much, and we know that you deserve the best. But it's good that you went through what you needed to go through to move to the next level.
Yes.
Now the door is open, and
let's walk through it.
Maybe Boza is available.
Let's put it out into the universe.
You never know.
I'm available.
Because she loves Boza.
I do love Boza.
My string beans. Today we are thrilled to have an amazing guest, Francesca Fanti, with us, an award-winning actress. Francesca performed in American Crime Story 9 and also Luca with the Pixar. She's here to share her journey and her latest theatrical work, Lettere d'amore by Dacia Maraini, now on stage in San Francisco through December 15, 2024. And now, welcome to Crave, Francesca. Ciao, come stai?
Bene, tutto bene.
What drew you to the monologue Lettere d'amore by Dacia Maraini, and what makes it special for you?
So, back in 2009, Dacia Maraini was going to Los Angeles for a visit to present a new book, to get an award at the Italian Institute of Culture in Los Angeles. So the director of the Italian Institute of Culture at that time was Francesca Valente, asked me to present part of the show just for the evening, just to celebrate the visit of Dacia Maraini. So I had met Dacia Maraini before at events through mutual friends, but, you know, was always kind of fast, just, quick hellos. But that time I was actually given her phone number and asked to call her to discuss what I should present for her visit. So I called her and she asked me to present Lettere d'amore. And so from there we started communicating. She basically gave me lots of freedom to cut it. I had to cut 20 minutes down. She really liked the version that I came up with. And then when we did it at the Institute, I have to say it was, sometimes theater just creates magic, right? And it's just like, wow, what just happened, right? And that night was just like that. So after that, she asked me to go to Italy and present it for special events, for festivals, many different occasions. And I always went and did it. So that's how it started.
In the play, Mara discovers love letter that challenge her perception of her mother, correct? How do you think this story resonates with the modern audience?
So I think actually this can resonate with most of us because the play has two main aspects, right? One is these real unpublished love letters by Gabriele D'Annunzio, who are, just amazing language, rich language from another time, very sensual, just very attractive. And of course we all can relate to love and, love as a couple. And then there is the talking to the dead mother, because she found the letters in the house of the mom after she just passed away. And a complicated relationship they had comes out. And I think we can all relate to that. Family is not always easy. And whether you had an easy relationship with your parents or a very difficult one, there are issues that are there no matter what. And especially as young people, we all went through it. So either as a young person that had struggle within the family, or as a mom, as a parent now, you do relate a lot to those issues.
Yeah. So this is beautiful what you just said, beautiful. How do you connect with Mara in such an emotional, rich role? And what do you find most rewarding about performing this piece?
Well, the loss of a parent is a big part also of the show. I lost my dad 3 years ago, and I have to say that gave a total different layer to the performance, and how I see certain exchange, right, with someone who's not in this physical dimension anymore. And that's another big aspect of the show that I think it's almost kind of useful, I think, to everybody, because whether we're getting close to it or we have gone through it, the loss of a parent is a reality, right? For most of us, it happened or it will happen. And so, it's something that most people will relate to it. And I find that sometimes during the show, we just all crying, we just all letting it out, because it is emotional, it is a drama piece, it's emotional, and it's about love as a couple, as I said already. It's about relationship between parents and kids and the struggle that brings, but it's also a lot about the loss of a parent.
So also you sent me a beautiful clip from Dacia Maraini. Do you want to watch that?
Yeah, let's watch Dacia.
Okay.
It was a pleasure to
So
watch that.
yes, we have a special clip from Dacia Maraini. Let's watch it.
Nice to meet you, San Francisco. I'm Dacia Maraini, and I'd like to introduce you my theatrical play called Lettere d'amore, and that has been translated as Letters of Love, that will be presented by Francesca Fanti at the Marsh Theatre on Valencia Street in San Francisco, that will open in November 16. Lettere d'amore is a fictional monologue, and I created around real unpublished letters written by Gabriele D'Annunzio. Love letters that have been gifted to me, and from that gift I got the idea of creating this play. It's a play about love, and about the difference of how can I say, difference of come si dice fiducia? Trust. That's right. And yes, what can be love? Can you believe in love? Can you believe in love? And love is true, or there is some trick inside? This is the theme. This is the subject. Please go and see it. I promise that you will like it. And that's all. Thank you for the attention. And I hope that to be there soon. Thank you. Goodbye.
Wow, Francesca, what an amazing clip. How you feel about that?
Well, I just it's hard for me to put in words the admiration I have for Dacia. She's just one of
Unbelievable.
those superhumans, you know. Um, First of all, she has this quality of always staying young. It's hard to put in words, but she's, to me, I call her the forever child. You know, she always has that curiosity to explore, to know people, of course, to discover characters, because, and she's so prolific. She just writes and writes. She's 87. In
Wow.
the video was taken like 2 months, not even 2 months ago. She's 87 and she's just so sharp and so creative. And let's not forget, she was one of the first ones to start this feminist, I don't want to say movement, but by her writing, she really tried to shine the light on female characters, on female dimensions and situations, just bringing the attention to something that needed a lot of attention but didn't have it.
Right. Yeah, so I love her. She's fantastic. And she's here, she comes to San Francisco often, actually. She used to come over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be here for the opening, but it was not possible this time. So, yeah, we made the video, and hopefully next time.
Yeah, thank you. So on Crave, we celebrate passion. Beside acting, what your greatest passion that keep you, creating?
Well, I don't know. My friends say I have many talents. I like to do many things. I like to get creative in many different ways. But I'd like to mention one thing that I don't know if it is creative actually, but I think also all the moms can relate to this. Being a single mom, that's what really helped me to express, our work, our jobs as artists can go up and down. Sometimes there is a lot of work, sometimes there is less work. All the problems we had in the last few years, COVID, strikes, but there is that role of a mom that it's always there, and I make it very creative. When my son was a toddler, I would be dancing on the table with a cup on my forehead, and we always danced every day of his life. We danced and we sang every single day until he
Beautiful.
was about 9, 10 years old. Then then he started growing up, and it was too cool to do it, and then we had to stop. But there is a lot of creativity in all of that, and I need it. I just love to do it, and I think that's the strongest relationship I have in my life, and it just makes me happy to nurture it constantly in a creative way. And
Thank
I'd
you.
like to mention my son. He had never done anything. He's not an actor, but I was doing this project with Francis Ford Coppola. It was an experimental project, 4 weeks at UCLA, so nobody really saw it. But we worked on set with Francis Ford Coppola for 4 weeks. I was the leading role. And at some point, I heard that one of my sons in the project had to be replaced, and they were looking for someone who had all the characteristic of my son. So to make it short, he ended up being on the project with me, playing my son for 3 weeks, and that was just amazing.
That's so amazing.
Really.
That was my next
Yeah.
question. No, beautiful. Beautiful. Is there anything else you would like to share with our listener before we finish?
Well, as I mentioned before, I'd like to, not warn, but tell people that it's an intense piece. It's drama. I've done a lot of comedy here in San Francisco. This is not comedy for sure. It's drama. But again, it's something with strong emotions that I really think we can all connect to. And I think it can be healing. In a way, this play can be healing to go through those emotions and revisit them with the special key of love that sometimes can just take care of many things, right?
Right.
And also the idea is to take it to New York as next stop in 2025. So we're looking for funds. If anybody's interested in coming on board, please get in touch.
Alex, we need to go see the performance. It's
Yes,
beautiful.
yeah.
It's about love,
Yes.
so right?
Okay, so we wait for you at the Marsh Theater in San Francisco. It's at 1062 Valencia Street. The show is every Saturday at 8 p.m., every Sunday at 5 p.m., running until December 15th. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Grazie Francesca, thank you so much.
Grazie,
so
grazie
much.
mille, grazie a voi.
This episode of Crave is sponsored by Alice Becker Inc. Dodd, a family-run business with over 30 years of experience in the fashion industry. They offer unique clothing for every age and size, always going the extra mile for their customers. Visit them in Nevada or online at www.alicebeckerinc.com.
Thanks to our sponsor for supporting this episode.
Now, Alex, what's going on with the 49ers?
The roller coaster ride continues. I feel like we're at the loop-de-loop part of the ride, and then we all got stuck upside down, and we're waiting for the ride to continue, but we're just stuck. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I went into this game knowing how important it was in terms of playoff seeding, and I don't know. I personally felt like something was off. I didn't feel urgency as a fan. I don't know. Maybe that's because I felt like it was supposed to be an easy win. I'm curious to see if other fans felt that way. It was a weird feeling going into this game. And all I know is that the Niners this season have not been able to start games, and they haven't been able to finish games.
What's going on with them? And by the way, I'm so glad I didn't come to this game.
You know what was crazy is just like they had some good moments, right? I think of Juwan Jennings because he showed up and he showed out, and he's my Super Bowl MVP. I always like to say. I feel like every game that he does this, where he like puts the team on his back, we end up losing in this like heartbreaking, frustrating way.
Right.
Like the Super Bowl, the Rams game earlier this season, and now this game. It was kind of like you're seeing a car crash in like slow motion. Like he got the touchdown, and me and my brother were like, okay, let's go. We're going down, like we're walking out of the stadium, and all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, they're starting to make a comeback. So the Niners are currently last in the division and have lost to all the other teams in the NFC West by 3 points or less. And I just have to mention all those losses have really been affected by injuries. So the Cardinals game, it was Jake Moody. He got hurt, and we weren't able to make a field goal. With the Rams game, after playing a lights-out game, like I mentioned, Juwan Jennings got hurt. Ronnie Bell came in, and we all know how that ended. And Sunday versus Seattle, George Kittle wasn't playing, and Nick Bosa aggravates a pre-existing hip injury. So he's out, and Seattle then scores 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
For me, there's a huge concern if Nick is out for a couple weeks because how the defense was playing without him was very, very rough. And let me just list off the teams that were playing for the remainder of the season. So upcoming, we have the Packers, the Bills. Those are both away games. The Bears, maybe we could win. I don't know. The Rams again, the Dolphins, the Lions, and the Cardinals again. So I really don't have any expectations now. I'm very disappointed, to be honest.
I can't even imagine how they are so stressed out.
Oh, they have to be. I think the thing is, they have these expectations, right? We are the reigning NFC champions, and the fact that they cannot finish games is crazy. And I'm thinking of like the past even wins that we've had, right? Dallas almost came back. The Buccaneers almost came back.
Wow.
It's kind of a miracle that they didn't. And it just seems like this Super Bowl hangover is hitting them. I saw a tweet, and it's so true, and I feel the exact same way. They are emotionally drained.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
like me. They're emotionally drained. And I don't blame them. I'm not... Listen, it's a lot, okay? You have from July, training camp, all of that, and you get to the point of the Super Bowl, which is February, okay? And then you start again. And so that's kind of a shorter break than, say, teams that don't make the playoffs, end of December, January. So, or early January. So you get that kind of... You don't get that break, right, when you're a playoff contending team. But also it's like losing your second Super Bowl to the same exact team in a similar fashion drains you. I feel like that goes from the players, and it also goes to the head coach.
Yeah, the organization.
Yeah, 100%.
So, how do you think injuries have shaped the Niners season, and what can be done to overcome this setback moving forward?
I think the injuries have totally shaped the Niners season. It's affected them in all of the worst ways. It's almost like you have like a wound, like a giant wound, and you're trying to put like little bandages over it to cover up these really huge things. What can be done to overcome these? Heal and get better. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, here we are in the second half of the season where it's very much go, 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 go. So
What is their plan B?
me being like, I know that they can play better.
Right.
I know we have the weapons on the team that can. I think that's the problem as well is, yes, we have these injuries, but also the players that need to kind of do more aren't doing more. I think of Deebo Samuel, for example. He's someone that we relied heavily on the 2021 season. I feel like he put us on his back during that kind of playoff run. Not a lot of noise has been made with him, and I'm not saying it's just on him. I'm saying that there are a lot of key players. I was looking at our offensive line. I felt I can't even tell you. I could have got up from my seat, walked down to the field, and blocked better than how they were playing. It was unbelievable. Wow. So I hope that they can make some changes. I don't know if they can, though. Especially with how the NFC is looking in general, right? Even if, cut out us winning the division, right? That's probably going to go to the Cardinals or the Rams. Who knows? In the hunt, you got look at the NFC North. You got the Vikings, you got the Packers, you got the Lions. All of those teams are going to make the playoffs, and rightfully so. But because those are getting filled up, there's not going to be any wiggle room for the Niners to kind of sneak in unless teams start losing, and we gotta win.
Let's hope, right? With the upcoming schedule looking tough, right? Do you still have a hope for a playoff run, or has this season become more about regrouping and rebuilding?
This is why I say it's such a roller coaster, because I feel like if you would have asked me last week, I would have been like, yes, we can do this playoff run. We got it in the bag. Let's go. They recently announced that Dre Greenlaw's window could be opening up soon, and I absolutely 100% at this current moment do not want him to play. I want him to heal and to be 100%. I don't want him to rush in hopes. I want it to now be more about regrouping and rebuilding. Of course, there's a part in my heart that, like, you know, that tiny little glimmer of hope that
Let's hope, right? Just let's hope.
Let's hope, but you know, I don't know. I'm really trying to stick to, I have no expectations. It is what it's going to be, and I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we see. But let's stay tuned for the next week's show.
I need a better update, guys. Come on, Niners.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Thank you for tuning in to our 12th episode of our 5th season. Follow us on Instagram at crave.show. We're on Apple Music, Spotify, iHeart, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah. Also, make sure to check our website, craveshow.com, and ci vediamo next week. See you next week. Grazie mille. Ciao.
Bye.